What we do at Redeem to protect widows and orphans, they're tactical intervention teams. If you were to try to compare it to something that people see every day in America, I think Law and Order would be the best analogy that I could come up with. Like when we take an individual case, it's like the start of a Law and Order episode. Our investigators go out into the community to actually find out if it's true. They're interviewing witnesses, they're collecting evidence to make sure that they understand, did the widow actually have the legal right to the property? Was it hers to begin with? And then, has she been driven off that property, and how? Did they burn the house down? Did they rape the children? Did they kill the livestock? What were the means by which they pushed that woman and her children out of the property? And once they've put that case together, they go and work directly with the local police to make sure that that's properly documented so that the case file can be handed over to the prosecutors. So it's just like the 10-minute mark in the Special Victims Unit episode where the investigators turn that over to the prosecutors to prosecute the case. And then that's when our attorneys come in and are working hand in hand with those prosecutors to build the case, to identify the witnesses, to write the briefs, to actually present that case to the court. Meanwhile, our social workers are kind of working behind the scenes to support that family, identifying the needs that they have, whether it's food, whether it's shelter, whether it's medical care, whether it's trauma care, to make sure that they're actually strong enough to be able to walk the path that we're going to ask them to walk in processing these cases through the legal system. And then you've got security for our clients, who would probably be another police officer in Special Victims Unit. You've got a data officer who is tracking results of every case and their impact on the larger community. There's a team lead that holds it all together, a paralegal that's supporting that work, and then somebody to sweep the floor and turn the lights on. It's 12 people that have been deployed to a specific area that is serving a vulnerable population of about 250,000 widows, orphans, and dependents for a period of 6 years, and driving hundreds of cases through the public justice system. The only thing that I'd say is different than Law and Order is the work that we're doing isn't being paid for by the taxpayer. The work that we're doing is being paid for by partners, primarily partners in the United States, who have a heart for the widow and the orphan and want to see them safe and secure. And they're providing those resources to Redeem that we can then use to pay for the salaries of our staff members, to put gas in the car, to provide for the medical care for our clients, to provide for trauma care for our clients, to actually pay the filing fees, to have a roof over our team's head as we're in our casework meeting. And that's how that work is actually possible. At the end, we throw a great big party. When we have an arrest operation, we hold massive after-action events where hundreds of people from the community go because they're all curious to find out, why did that guy get hauled off in handcuffs? And so we throw a massive event. We call in the local media. And at that event, what we do is we hide because the event's not about Redeem. The event's about that widow, and the event is about our partners in the justice system. That police officer that we worked with, that prosecutor who got the conviction, so that we can elevate the work that they're doing in the eyes of the community, and so that the community will come to believe that when somebody steals land from a widow or an orphan, they're not going to profit from it because she's going to get back on our land, and they're going to go to jail.